Welcome to today's lesson on ethical, legal, and social considerations in AI deployment. In this session, we will explore some of the most critical challenges and opportunities associated with artificial intelligence, especially as it is increasingly used in public services. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we will delve into the ways bias and fairness impact AI decision-making, discuss the evolving legal frameworks that govern AI use, and examine strategies to engage the public and build trust in AI-based solutions. Our discussion will not only cover the technical and procedural aspects of these topics, but also encourage you to think critically about the societal implications of deploying AI in various sectors. Let us begin with the issue of bias and fairness in AI decision-making. AI systems are only as good as the data on which they are trained and the algorithms that process that data. Bias can manifest in a number of ways, and it is essential to recognize that these biases do not originate solely from the algorithms themselves. They are often the result of historical inequalities that become embedded in the datasets used to train these models. For instance, if a dataset reflects past discriminatory practices, an AI system trained on that data may inadvertently perpetuate those practices. This is what we refer to as biased data. When historical inequities are left unchecked, the decision-making processes of AI systems may continue to reinforce discrimination rather than mitigate it. In addition to biased data, the way in which algorithms are designed and implemented can introduce algorithmic bias. Even when the input data is as objective as possible, the methods and assumptions built into the model can lead to skewed outcomes. For example, an algorithm designed for predictive policing might disproportionately target minority communities if it is not carefully calibrated to account for systemic biases in crime reporting. Similarly, hiring algorithms may favor certain demographics if the criteria for selection are not critically examined for fairness. There is also the issue of human bias. Developers and decision-makers bring their own experiences and preconceptions to the table, and without conscious efforts to mitigate these biases, these human factors can seep into AI systems. Recognizing the multifaceted nature of bias in AI is the first step toward addressing it effectively. The consequences of biased AI are not merely theoretical. In the real world, predictive policing systems have been shown to target minority communities disproportionately, perpetuating cycles of discrimination and mistrust. In the hiring domain, algorithms that screen candidates based on historical data can favor applicants from demographics that were overrepresented in the past, thereby limiting opportunities for equally qualified candidates from other backgrounds. In healthcare, AI systems intended to diagnose medical conditions have sometimes underdiagnosed conditions in underrepresented groups, leading to poorer health outcomes. These examples underscore the importance of implementing robust solutions to address bias. To mitigate these issues, it is crucial to ensure that the training data used for AI systems is as diverse and representative as possible. This means actively seeking out data that includes a wide range of demographic groups and social contexts. Additionally, conducting regular bias audits and risk assessments can help identify areas where an AI system may be propagating unfair practices. These audits should be an integral part of the AI development lifecycle, rather than an afterthought. Finally, maintaining human oversight in the decision-making process is essential, particularly when AI systems are used in contexts that have significant social and ethical implications. Human oversight not only serves as a check on automated decisions, but also provides a layer of accountability that can help restore public trust. As we transition from bias and fairness, our next focus is on the legal frameworks and compliance issues that are emerging around the deployment of AI in public services. Governments and regulatory bodies around the world are beginning to address the unique challenges posed by AI, and several key frameworks have been developed to ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly. For example, the European Union has taken a proactive approach with the EU AI Act, which establishes a risk-based regulatory framework. This act mandates strict compliance measures for high-risk AI applications, ensuring that these systems meet rigorous standards for safety, transparency, and fairness. In the United States, a series of executive orders and policy guidelines have been issued to address AI-related concerns. These policies emphasize the need to mitigate bias, ensure transparency in AI decision-making, and hold entities accountable for the outcomes of AI systems. Although the US approach is less centralized than that of the EU, it nonetheless reflects a growing recognition that AI must be governed by clear legal and ethical standards. Japan, too, has contributed to the global conversation on AI ethics with its own guidelines that emphasize fairness, trust, and governance. These guidelines are designed to foster an environment in which AI can be used safely and effectively, particularly in areas that directly affect public life. Despite these efforts, there remain significant compliance challenges when it comes to AI in public services. One of the most pressing issues is data privacy and security. Regulations such as the General Data Protection Regulation in the EU and the California Consumer Privacy Act in the United States set high standards for how data must be handled, but ensuring compliance with these regulations in the context of AI can be complex. AI systems often require vast amounts of data to function effectively, and balancing the need for data with the imperative to protect individual privacy is a delicate task. Accountability is another major challenge. When an AI system makes a decision that affects a person's life, be it in legal rulings, welfare benefits, or other public services, the question of who is responsible becomes critical. Is it the developer who created the algorithm, the public agency that deployed it, or the entity that supplied the data? Establishing clear lines of accountability is essential not only for legal compliance but also for maintaining public trust. Moreover, the legal risks associated with AI decisions are significant. Decisions made by AI systems can have far-reaching consequences, and if these decisions are found to be in violation of rights or discriminatory, there can be severe legal and financial repercussions for the organizations involved. To navigate these challenges, public services must adopt best practices that ensure compliance with both ethical guidelines and legal requirements. Implementing comprehensive AI ethics policies is a crucial first step. These policies should outline clear guidelines for the development, deployment, and oversight of AI systems. Regular audits and risk assessments should be conducted to identify potential issues before they become systemic problems. It is also important to foster interdisciplinary governance, where policymakers, technologists, and legal experts work together to oversee AI deployment. Such collaboration can help ensure that all perspectives are considered and that AI systems are held to the highest standards of accountability and transparency. Having discussed the technical, legal, and ethical dimensions of AI bias and compliance, we now turn our attention to the social dimension of AI deployment, public engagement, and the building of trust in AI-based solutions. Public trust is a critical component of any successful technology implementation, and this is particularly true for AI systems that are used in public services. When citizens are directly affected by decisions made by AI, such as in the areas of law enforcement, social services, or healthcare, their confidence in the technology is paramount. One of the main challenges in building public trust in AI is the lack of transparency in how these systems operate. Many AI models are complex and function as black boxes where even their developers may not fully understand how specific decisions are made. This opacity can lead to skepticism and fear among the public, who may worry that these systems are biased or unaccountable. Additionally, there is a general fear that automation, powered by AI, might lead to job displacement or a devaluation of human expertise. Such concerns can cause significant resistance to the adoption of AI in critical public sectors. To address these challenges, it is essential to actively engage with the public in a transparent and inclusive manner. Public consultations can serve as a forum for citizens to express their concerns, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation about how AI should be used in public services. These consultations provide an opportunity for policymakers and technologists to explain the benefits of AI, outline the measures taken to ensure fairness and accountability, and listen to the feedback from those most affected by AI decisions. Another effective strategy is to invest in AI literacy initiatives. By educating the public about the basics of AI, its capabilities, limitations, and potential risks, citizens are better equipped to understand how AI systems function and what safeguards are in place to protect their interests. This kind of education demystifies the technology and helps build a foundation of trust based on informed understanding rather than fear of the unknown. In addition to consultations and education, establishing ethical AI certifications or compliance labels can further enhance public confidence. These certifications serve as a visible mark of quality and adherence to strict ethical and legal standards, reassuring citizens that the AI systems affecting their lives have been rigorously evaluated. Furthermore, providing clear mechanisms for appeal or redress when AI decisions have adverse effects empowers citizens to hold these systems accountable. When people know that they have avenues to challenge or question decisions made by AI, they are more likely to trust the technology and the institutions that deploy it. Real-world examples can illustrate how these strategies work in practice. Consider Estonia's experience with AI in its e-government services. Estonia has successfully integrated AI into its public services by emphasizing transparency and public accountability. Through clear communication and continuous public engagement, the Estonian government has maintained a high level of trust among its citizens, even as it pushes forward with innovative AI solutions. Similarly, Japan's approach with its My Number system highlights the importance of addressing public concerns through education and safeguards. Although the system faced initial skepticism, proactive measures to explain its benefits and ensure its security helped alleviate public fears. In conclusion, the deployment of AI in public services brings with it a host of ethical, legal, and social challenges that must be carefully managed. Addressing bias and fairness is not merely a technical issue, but one that touches on deep-seated historical and social inequalities. Legal frameworks and compliance measures, while complex, are essential to ensure that AI systems operate within clear boundaries and respect individual rights. Finally, public engagement and trust are the bedrocks upon which the successful adoption of AI in public services must be built. By promoting transparency, investing in education, and establishing robust mechanisms for accountability, governments and organizations can harness the power of AI while protecting the values and rights of their citizens. As we reflect on the issues discussed today, I encourage you to think critically about the balance between innovation and ethics. Consider how, in your own work or studies, you might contribute to creating AI systems that are not only efficient and effective, but also fair, accountable, and trusted by the public. The future of AI depends on our collective ability to integrate these ethical, legal, and social considerations into every stage of AI development and deployment. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to your questions and insights as we continue this important conversation.